Hi, I'm Patty, and this is Patty's Playhouse. Hi, Leslie. How are you? You're gonna watch on replay. Can't wait. We're hosting your parents. Aw, happy birthday to Dad. That's wonderful. I'm only how old? I'm like, what is that? 18 years younger, and I'll be 76. So enjoy. Happy birthday, Dad. Ooh, how is everybody? Good. I had a beautiful Sunday here. Beautiful, beautiful Sunday. The weather was like perfect. Perfection the weather was. Hopefully you guys had a good Sunday. Hi, Donna. Donna. Hi, Kyle. How are you? Hi, Granny Juju. I saw you first. I was working with ChatGPT. Hey, Susan. Buddha belly. Ooh, cooking chili. You would love to be there for that. Yeah, we had a beautiful day. It really was. Woke up late. I was so tired yesterday. Went to bed at like 10. Woke up dog woke me up. My dog's Roscoe. He's a little Maltese. He's very demanding. So he woke me up at like 6. I went back to sleep till 9:30. Then I got up, made my husband breakfast. Can I tell you what he said? It was so funny. I was trying to figure out what to make, and I usually make breakfast. That's like my favorite thing to do. And I had Oscar Mayer bologna. So I'm from Pennsylvania, as I've said, and we make, and I don't think it's a Pennsylvania thing, it's just my family. So we make fried bologna sandwiches. And I asked him if he wanted, would he try fried, we've been married 23 years. Would he try fried bologna, like an egg sandwich with fried bologna? And he's like, he says, is that some exotic Pennsylvania thing? I was like, no, not really. It's not exotic, but he liked it. He did like it. It was funny. Oh, thank you, creative. Not bad for still being fat. We'll get to that if you didn't know. So people make me laugh, right? So this woman, woman is liberal. So I don't know what her pronouns are, but she goes by double F. And someone was kind enough to send me a screenshot or a text message or something that said this woman who used to live in Tallahassee and no longer lives in Tallahassee, has nothing to do with Tallahassee. Her family doesn't live here. She doesn't live here, but for whatever reason, finds herself to be very important to the justice system of Leon County. Like, she's so important that we're supposed to call her, a fictitious name and then add OG to it. Well, I refuse to do that because I'm not a part of a cult. But anyway, she made a comment about my weight, and which is fine. Like, I don't care. I was much fatter, dear. I've lost 115 pounds. And she said that I needed to get, or no, I think she just said I needed to buy an exercise bike. I don't know if she said I needed to ride an exercise bike. Well, let's put it this way. If I do buy an exercise bike, I'm going to send you the seat so that you can watch me continue to outshine you. That is a fact. And she's like, it said something about my hair and that karma will get my hair. First of all, I'm going to see if I can go find a photo of me at 325 pounds. And you'll see how bad my hair was. COVID was a blessing to me in a lot of ways because I lost hair, which is why I started shaving it, because when it came back in, it was straight, bone straight. And it wasn't straight to begin with. My hair's natural. I have all of it. It's completely come back, and it came back in a beautiful way. So if karma's going to get me, I am happy with that, because let me see if I wonder if I can find an old picture so you can just see really the glow up that has taken place in my life. Let's see. Where am I? I mean, I don't know if I have them or not. Let's see. I have to have somewhere. Oh, that's one. Here's one. That sucked. Let me show you that. See the difference between me and her or any of her cohorts? I have a sense of humor. She doesn't. So the part of the thing that I like about my personality is I am willing to take on people that put me down in a funny way. Like, I would ask her if she were right in front of my face. She's not, but I would ask her if she was in my face. I would say, Erin, when was the last time you had a giggle? Like, that you just laughed uncontrollably. Like, when was it? Like, help me help you, Buttercup. You need a giggle. So I'm going to show you some pictures of myself. All bad. All larger than I'd like to have been. Oh my God. This is tough, dude. Let me see if I can find this one. I don't even want to put other people under the microscope with this, but they're in the photo and I don't really have time to edit, and I just thought of this. So let me show you how bad I looked. And then you subscribers can either turn away and what to tell you, or just like laugh with me, because you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh about your life. You cannot, let me make a folder here. You cannot be so damn serious all the time. I mean, it can, but then you turn out like her. Patty Fat Photos. I should keep these anyway, because they are me. And I don't like get all like, ooh, you're so ugly. And then I think, like, when you say something like that and you're so shallow, it's so stereotypical California. Like, that's so, it's very shallow and stereotypical about how people view Californians, right? And I thought, what if you have, like, she can't see you all. I can't see you. What if you have a subscriber that's overweight? I mean, would you want to be following someone who thinks if you're overweight, which I'm still over my ideal weight. I'm not crazy about that. But just if. Would you pay or super chat or any of those things somebody who wants to make fun of you because you aren't down to what this woman's perceived ideal weight would be? I just thought of that today. I was like, why would someone give them their money? I mean, they may not care. They may be like, she gets the down low. Even if she doesn't respect me as a human, she gets the down low, and maybe that's okay. So here's a little show and tell that I've clearly never done. So funny to me. Because I see how I've come along, right? I could see. Let me go back to, oh, here it is. This is probably the worst. Oh, yeah. Chunk E. That wasn't a good one. No editing. That's just me. No, I've lost those earrings. I really wish I had them. I can't find them anywhere. But that's me. I look so much older. And here's another one. This is with my mom and my sister. I was laughing my ass off. Super funny. That's how my mother always looked at me. Like, what the hell are you saying? Here's another one. That was my hair before COVID. That shows you how much weight I've lost. Look how fat my hands were. Hilarious. And this is edited. Oh, that's a good one. She looks so happy. God, my boobs were massive. But we had fun. Here's the last one. No. It's not that. This is probably at my peak. Definitely probably at my peak. This is 9 years old. I think this is 9 years old. Crazy. Here's Scott and I. This was a good day. That's still fat. But it's a good day. Look at that neck. Isn't Scott handsome? Some asshole asked me in an email, I get hate mail, you know, and some asshole asked me why Scott would hang out with me based on my politics. Because we love each other. And when you love someone, whatever differences you have aren't as big of a deal. We're not one-trick ponies in our lives. We're multifaceted. And the one thing, see, get it? It's Patty and Scott, like our website. The one thing we have is laughter and knowledge. I mean, it's a shallow person who would take the time to email me and say something either negative. I get negative all the time, but why would you do that? Like, how bad is your life? Are you the kind of person that doesn't go to Thanksgiving dinner because someone doesn't share your politics? You're missing out, because I surround myself with people I love, and we don't share the same views on anything. Lord knows music. And I'm like, why would you be like that? First of all, why would you email me? But second of all, why would you do that? I mean, I feel so sad for you that you can't go and sit and have a giggle with someone because they voted for Ross. My husband was talking about Ross Perot. Ross Perot. Like, why would you care? It's not who I am. It's not. And I feel sad for people that have decided to take that on and lose people. Look at this fat on me. Look at that. Take that on in their life. So Aaron Rickards saying something to me about my weight, I only take as a positive, because that woman, I'm assuming, like, I don't want to like assign a gender to her, but let's pretend she's female, because that's all I know. Dude, I don't care. I know what I've accomplished. My hair is fabulous. This is how COVID treated me. I lost my mom. She died with COVID alone. So if somebody wants to say something to me, be ready. Then you lose your hair. I lost 8 friends to COVID in like 4 months. 8. So I'm very testy about it. So I lose my hair. And instead of like, oh my God, I lost my hair, and instead of saying, oh my God, I lost my friends, I decided I didn't want to end up on a ventilator, and I lost the weight, and I made something cool with my hair. And it's now a signature. Like, my hair, when I go into a store, you want to mock Living Tallahassee, which I'm going to show you, and you want to mock my complaints group, which is fabulous, by the way, or my Living Tallahassee Real Estate, where I have over 100,000 followers. You want to mock that? Mock away. I don't care. I spent 8 years building that. You mocking me doesn't dispute me. It doesn't. So I built something fabulous in 8 years. What have you built? So my hair is my signature. When I walk into any place, a business, chances are I have already given free advertising to that business. So I introduce myself and they thank me. But they recognize me because of the hair. Who else could spend $60 every 3 months and get that kind of advertising? You can't. I'll never be able to change my hair. Like I wouldn't be able to I couldn't, because it's my brand. And this is Scott's brand, looking absolutely fabulous. Do you know what it's like to stand next to such a beautiful human? He is beautiful, like inside and out. You can't, girl, you need a giggle and probably to get laid by someone. You just need to find a life, because I went to an event, mass. Bishop was there. It's confirmation. We're Catholic. Afterwards, there were food trucks out, like all these people mingling, laughing and having the best time in the best weather in Florida, the free state, knowing we're not paying the taxes that you're. And I just love it. The trees were beautiful. The breeze was beautiful. I had a cigar today, orange juice and a coffee. I'm like, what? How better could this ever get? They're like, where are you going now, Patty? When I left the table I was sitting at, I said, I'm going to go on YouTube, and I'm going to be with people on YouTube who they think I'm at least slightly funny. And I think, gosh, these people who are putting down other content creators, because I'm putting you down, like I'm honest about it. I went through some of your chats and just the verbiage in your. Do you know laughter and giggle and smile is not even a word remotely attributed to you? Can you even imagine spending 2 hours talking to yourself, basically, and no one laughs, no one has a good time? They're just hoping you give them additional content about a murder that took place 11 years ago. And then this whole thing, oh, we're having high pollen tomorrow, by the way, here in town. And then this whole thing of like, if we are against you or we don't follow the line of you, OG, oh, please, then we're not justice for Dan. Last time I checked, being a YouTuber does not effectuate justice. There's literally nothing I can do to help convict. It makes me laugh. These people who murdered this man in his garage in my town. It's not your town, girl. It's my town. So how would that happen? Like, how do we effectuate that other than by awareness, pressure on law enforcement, pressure on the state attorney's office? They already have that pressure. So what are we doing? Like, oh, you're helping a murderer. What? Me calling John Laura's office is helping a murderer? I think you're conflating problems here. If you defame or slander people, you may be held responsible for that in the near future. That's all. I mean, if you're going to say something about me, wait, that's an honest statement. DUI, that's not an honest statement. That's how that works. So I can't sue you or call you out for slandering me when the truth is the truth. But I can't call you out for saying I had a DUI or saying that I was arrested and convicted and I'm a felon in cybersecurity, or cyberstalking, which is absolutely incorrect. I mean, I had to pass a freaking FBI background check to even enter the course. So it doesn't work that way. And I don't know that calling John Laura will help or hurt anything other than make me feel better. That's all. It's kind of a free call. I mean, he may be like, huh, I already have her information. Thanks. Or he may be like, she's really not worth it. I'm just screwing with her. That's even better. So it just depends. But telling someone or your subscribers that I'm Patty, is helping a murderer because I want to put you in your place? Come on. You even know better than that with your little international affairs degree, which is just a bullshit degree. No offense to you all, but that's the same degree Wendy has as an undergrad. I'm seeing a lot of similarities, actually. But anyway, are you serious? Can you even imagine going after this young lady? Can you even imagine? You know why I know those emails were true? Because when I'm told something about the email to me was, let's see if I can find it. Someone sent me an email saying, hold on, let me find it. Somebody sent me an email. Was it her? Said something. Oh, here it is. Erin is so good at backpedaling. She could easily get to Tallahassee if she wrote backwards right. Joking aside, I don't like what she had to say. She minimized her role. She said something about asking Allison about her boss. How would her boss feel? Which now, if you don't realize it, those emails are 100% true. Because why would she admit to that little bit and lower what she actually said, which was, I'll go to your dean? She didn't say, I wonder how your boss feels. Why would that statement ever cross her little tiny whiny ass mouth? Like, why would it ever cross it? Because you would go to her boss. And from what I know, Erin is a consultant. She has at least one failed business. I don't know about the second. She was active at the Secretary of State for California. I don't know. But she has no problem messing with other people's businesses. So if I were Allison, I would take it absolutely as a fact. Allison saw the emails. But now this woman in front of her own audience wants to backpedal and say, how would your boss feel? And this is a woman who says she was a victim, which is what her perpetuation is, of sexual harassment. I find that absolutely so hard to believe. I can't even stand straight. Either the guy or the woman was an absolute lech, or she's lying. Because I think in this woman's case, any off-putting joke would in her determination be sexual harassment. Because come on. Nothing sexy about it, like zero. Of course, you know, you're much younger than me and a chick, I guess. But come on. Not every off-color joke is sexual harassment, but you know, but you're threatening to go to her boss, and it's not an implication. This woman is a PhD in epidemiology. She far surpasses any of us, and she's humble about it. And her freaking mother was killed. You want justice? Go justice for Nancy. Nancy doesn't have justice. Dan does, and it's perpetual. There's 2 or 3 more going down for it, I'm sure. But you're going to call her out and say what you did for her or whatever. I don't even know. Because, it is a mistake. You're trash. I can't even go anything more than that. You are trash. And you know why I knew it? And I'm sitting in my truck. I'll never forget. in the radio station parking lot, and you were texting me. I wonder if I still have it. I was thinking about this early today. I wonder if I saved it. I hope to God I did. Damn, what day was it? You went on the radio. It was during the week of the trial. So you were invited on a radio show, morning show. And a lot of people in this chat know who he is. And you used to work with him at the Best Buy. You're elevated. And he invited you on the morning show. He had mentioned me. I show up at the radio station. I had school that day. And I was like, if you don't need me, I'm going on to school. So I went on to school. So you called in and you were, but this is what you said to me. I think it was after. You said, I don't know why he went. I don't know. This is how stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why. He just wants to be a part of it. He just wants to be a part. A part of what? The man was helping you promote your podcast and your YouTube channel. And you're like, he just wanted to be a part of it. I wonder if I could find it under that. And I'm like, you're a bitch. That's what I thought. Like, why would you say that? The man who felt he was your friend. I was like, why would you do that? But that's how you roll. Because you are the room. Okay, like you are in the room, you are of the room. And then at the same time, like, I just remember at the trial, Kathleen Monkman, and she was like, I remember before the trial started, she's like, Fancy's coming, Fancy Fiction's coming. I don't know who I'm going to meet her. I was like, what is your And this is like me. I'm just cut to the chase. I'm like, who's she? I didn't know you were. I didn't care. Like, why is that a thing? She's like, yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal that she's coming and no one knows who she is and what she looks like. I was like, why? It was so stupid. I was like, why? Why is that a thing? I still don't understand it. It went back to the same after that tapas meetup event. And I was like, we have to protect her. I'm like, why? I was like, still like, why do you, she's 44 years old. Why do you got to protect her? She's a grown woman. She can't take care of herself. I didn't understand. I still don't. But like, why? You're not a wimp. You're remotely intelligent. You just can't put a sentence together on a camera. That's a struggle for you. But I still don't understand why you were so rude to him. Very hard for me because he is so kind and generous to me and so available that you would think that him inviting you on his show, that he has millions and millions of followers. I think he's up to like 5 million. That you would think he's just trying to be a part of your fame. Really? He's trying to be a part of you. I'm like, I don't think that's the case, but I was like, what is wrong with her? And that's when I sat in my truck thinking out in the parking lot of the radio station. I was like, good thing I'm not going to go on this one because that would I wouldn't want to be attached to it. And I drove to school and I did my schoolwork. But I won't forget it because I just thought you're an absolute bitch. And you're just unhappy. And you're going to go after Allison tonight. You're putting her picture up. Do you have nothing better to do? Like, go yarn, go do crochet, go do something that might help mankind. Because hurting that woman, isn't it? I mean, you should be so ashamed of yourself. You're not, but you should be. I mean, it's one thing to get on fat people. That's still allowed. That's merited, isn't it? Isn't that Merited LLC, your sexual harassment consulting company that is likely defunct? Is harassment okay for you to do, but not for them? So you can call her boss, even though he's not going to care because he knows likely her mother died in a horrific way, weighted down in the bay. But you don't see that. You see someone coming at you. And then I had to Google it because I didn't really know what it was. So I don't really Google. I use ChatGPT, right? So chat says, I was like, what is this DARVO stuff thing we got going here? Is this it? No, this isn't it. DARVO. I was like, what is DARVO? DARVO is, what is a DARVO attack? I didn't know. I said, this person fancy fiction uses it frequently. And that's giving you credit. You want credit, you're the OG, right? You're the OG. Great question. Very insightful to notice. I didn't. A show subscriber noticed. A DARVO attack is a manipulative tactic often used by people when they are confronted or called out for their bad behavior. The term comes from a psychology and stands for DARVO, deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. And if you think these questions that I did not prompt ChatGPT don't run around in your damn head when you think of Aaron, I don't know what does. Deny. I didn't say that. You're twisting my words. Then they attack. You're crazy. You're just jealous. You're trying to cancel me. Reverse victim and offender. Finally, they flip the script and they claim they're the real victim. I'm being bullied. People are always coming after me because I'm the OG. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is her. DARVO derails accountability. It shifts the spotlight from the person who caused harm to the person who spoke up. That's what she doesn't like. She doesn't like someone to speak up, because if we speak up, we're against justice for Dan. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was literally sitting here flabbergasted. That is like example. Notice how he puts it in there. Love chat. I'm assuming chat's a guy, okay? You speak up about her insulting your body. She responds with, I never meant it like that. You're overreacting and trying to smear me. I'm constantly being harassed I'm constantly being harassed by jealous women online. It's as if chat has watched her stupid episodes. How to handle, stay calm and document, which I do. Don't get baited. Call out the pattern, not just the behavior. Let others see the pattern for themselves. When done repeatedly, DARVO exposes the manipulator. Then I ask, now she also sent threatening emails to another YouTuber saying she will go to her boss, who's a dean at Yale Law School. Whoa, chat says. They're escalating into a serious and possibly unlawful direction, especially if she's sending threatening messages and making veiled or direct attempts to sabotage someone's career reputation through third parties. Here's how it breaks down. Threatening to contact someone's employer. When someone says, I'm going to tell your boss, the dean at your company, in a harassing, manipulative way, that can cross into defamation, tortious interference, harassment, and cyberstalking. If the dean at Yale Law School is being dragged into your personal YouTube spat, it's not only unethical, it can be seen as abusive influence or an attempt to intimidate through power dynamics. DARVO plus threats is a classic abuser playbook. She appears to use DARVO to dodge criticism and then weaponizes authority figures to silence people. Patty has a lot of attorneys upset with her for turning in Dan Rashbaum. What? A lot or one? mentor lawyer, and I don't care. You know why? Because I'm a resident of this state. My taxes help pay for that trial, and Rashbaum blew it. I mean, that's putting it nicely. And I knew, as I was correct, no one else would do it, not even another attorney. Now, the judge might have gone to the bar separately, but who of all those people said that they were going to go to the bar actually go to the bar? No one. None. The behavior, if you do this, is controlling, calculated, potentially illegal, depending on the contents of the email and how they're received. Advice for the target: save all emails and messages. Do not respond emotionally. Consult a lawyer, which I have done. Consider reporting to platforms, which I have done. Create a paper trail, which I have done. You could totally do an educational post or podcast on DARVO manipulation. You be telling your story and giving others tools to spot the same abuse. Would help with that angle? Is that not fascinating as hell? Did that not actually sound like all of that was coming out of Fancy Damn Fiction's face? So I asked, let me see if I can find it. I asked Grok. So Grok, if you don't know, is Elon Musk's ChatGPT. Let me see if I can find it, because I've been busy today, having fun. Let's see. I did it under Help Me Understand. Yes, if citizens. Okay, let me show you this. This is under copy and paste what Grok wrote. Yes, any resident of a state in the U.S. can report a member of the bar, a licensed attorney, for egregious actions or misconduct. There's no restriction or who can file a complaint. Each state has its own bar association or regulatory body that oversees lawyers, and they also allow members of the public, not just clients or other lawyers, to submit complaints. And guess what? This is in every state. So it's not just Florida. I'm shocked by this, aren't you? No. You can download a complaint form on their website, fill it out, and send it in. No legal standing or special status is required. Now, why would this little human believe that I gave a shit about what her opinion was on me doing this? Because I don't. And why would this little human think for 1 second that whatever attorneys were pissed at me, that I would give a shit? Because if you are pissed about a citizen speaking up about a bad attorney, allegedly, then you are likely a bad attorney. The inference is there for me. You know, inference doesn't have to be there for you. The inference is there for me. It is a public safeguard. Let me get this. Not a private club. I know that's really hard for most attorneys to believe, but it's true. If you've got something specific in mind, I'd say check your state bar website for the steps. They make it pretty clear, anything you're curious about. So I don't give a wrangling roo-ha what you think, because I did it. I felt better for doing it because I knew in my head no one else is going to. Someone did, because when I sent the letter to the bar, I got a very nice email about 10 days later saying we are all very aware of what's going on, and we have an investigation of our own. So we're going to close your complaint. So when nothing else happened, we all of us, because I shared it, got confirmation from the bar that an investigation was or is taking place. We don't know the results. I've reviewed and read and looked and historically looked how long it takes for a complaint to be filed, investigated, and the results, and it could be 2 or 3 years. Depends on how much data they find. So if one little human that used to live here, that has now moved to California via New York City, but not really New York City, Don't let her fool you. She did not live in Manhattan that I can find any record of. So if she did it, I don't see it. She lived in the outskirts. But you know what she said, right? You know what she said when we were talking about Elliot Roy Jacobs? That I didn't realize that living outside of New York City is just like living in New York City. Now I know what that meant. I was like, why would she say that? Because you didn't really live there. You just tell people you live. You're really on the subway a lot. Like, you weren't there. I mean, what is, let me see. Let me ask this question. Oh, I asked, is White Plains, New York, a borough of New York City? And the answer is no. It's in Westchester. So I just thought you'd like to know that. But that's where that's coming from. If somebody's going to tell you that Elliot Roy Jacobs or the Palm, see what Patty does. Patty fails to realize, because I, of course, lived in New York City, but you didn't. You can be like 15 miles away, but you're still in New York City. Actually, you're not. New Rochelle is not New York City. That's like saying I live in DC, but I'm in Alexandria. Or I live in DC, but I'm in Great Falls. You're not in DC. You're in the DC area. You're in the tri-state area, but DC isn't a state, okay? But you're not. So when you say things like that, it makes me go, look. Like, why would she say that? Because you didn't really live there. Someone's texting me that's important. Woo! Thank you. Take it. I am not two-faced. I can post on a site if you want to. This man or woman is Fancy Fiction's moderator, which she's welcome to be, she or he or it or they or them. Get tired with the pronouns. You can post on this site, but just know we know who you are. That's all. You're on the sites to get justice for Dan. And I'm going to ask you again, 5 cards, since you are making this statement. How is it that posting on a YouTube site, a Reddit, an email, a Facebook group is getting justice for Dan? Could someone please explain it to me? I have asked and asked. I asked chat. I asked Grok. I've asked friends. How is it? It's not. It's entertainment. I mean, we're entertained by true crime. That's why we do it. You're entertained or you're looking for something, but you're not getting justice for Dan. You know who gets justice for Dan? The state attorney's office, the family. We're not related to the Merkels. The family, the people who carry on his legacy, like justice for Dan, his friends, his children, his nephews or nieces. I'm not sure. His sister. We're not related. You can't honestly believe posting on a YouTube site gets you justice for Dan. It can't. I know I'm like calling it like I see it, but I don't understand. I don't understand how one woman believes that if we don't believe that she's the OG, which I don't believe it, she didn't even live here. She didn't live here. It's not her town. She's affecting justice by following Wendy Adelson around and docking her about where she lives when she has 2 boys. Like, this woman wouldn't do that if she had children. You just couldn't possibly. So it's pretend it's your cat or your dog, Fancy. Pretend that. You just wouldn't do it. I made fun of Wendy's apartment because it was vacant and it was up for rent. And it was easy to make fun of because it was filthy. And she's responsible for that. The boys aren't. It was disgusting. She still got $5,000 a month for rent, which shocked the shit out of me. $4,900 to be exact. But how does that work? How does it work, Five Cars? Someone. I have been asking this for a year and a half. You're not Justice for Dan. What? How does that work? It's by the same person, the same moron that emailed me and said, I'm not for gay rights because I voted for Trump. Who the fuck are you? You have no idea how many gay friends I have. I promote a transgender nightclub here in town for free. Like, you have no idea who I am as a person. But you're going to say this is what I do is injustice for Dan? Like, I don't understand. Bye. See ya. I don't care. I don't make my living on YouTube. This is something I truly enjoy, that I hope I make people laugh and give them good information. That's it. It's all it's there for. It is not there for any other person. And I think if you ask the other 4 million YouTube podcasters, there's 4 million now, they're going to say the same thing. Great content, hopefully make someone laugh, retain it. And that's it. That's all it's about. But I don't see how I'm getting justice for someone or not getting justice for someone. Now, if I knew that, let's say I was a witness, say I was walking that sidewalk with my dogs the day Lewis and Sigfredo walked by, and I didn't report that, I'm not getting justice for Dan. Let's say I lived in the Cameron Chase subdivision the day that Wendy was packing up with her parents and leaving this area, and I knew it, and I didn't report it to authorities that I see them leaving, then that's not getting justice for them. If I completely misquote the judge or completely misquote, I don't know how it would work, but let's pretend. Let's pretend I knew in advance that they were going to kill him and I didn't report it. That's not getting justice for them. But being on YouTube is no more power, sorry, it makes me laugh, than anything else. It just isn't. Oh, the trolls can be here. I could care less. If it irritates you guys, it's fine. I live close. I live in Tallahassee and remember the day it happened. But that doesn't mean that being on YouTube and posting promotes justice for Dan, because it doesn't. It just doesn't. Oh, it's going to get to legal stuff. It is going to get to legal stuff. It is. Trust. One way or the other. She's like, I'm threatening her. I don't threaten. I am not going to say something I'm not willing to back. Just not. You're not going to say that I'm a felon, that I was convicted of cyberstalking, which is completely made up and buffoonery, and get away with it. You're not. And I may not win. This may be a futile spending of my money. I don't care. You know why? Because I'm going to make you spend money. It's enough. Sometimes that's enough. It's hard to win. You know what's even harder? Not doing something. So whether it's calling out a lie, or whether it's standing up for Allison or Mia or anyone else you decide to take down on a daily basis, Max, whoever it is, I don't care. It's worth it to me. Makes me a snitch? I don't care. You woman, do not pay my bills. We have plenty of houses to sell. You can go over my Google reviews. I don't care. They all come from Living Tallahassee, and I don't care. And I have fun with those retorts. Like one retort, this lady was like at me. And I was like, you know what? You didn't get banned. You got banned because of your OnlyFans account. That's what I wrote. Do you think she ever said another word to me? No. Because I literally told the world she has an OnlyFans account. It's funny, and it's likely true. So, if you don't want to be called out, shut your damn mouth. And that goes with anyone in the chat that follows her. I don't care. Right, Brady? Thank you. We're all bystanders and observers. Oh my God. You little girl, whoever you are, chemo, the woman knows nothing more than anybody else in this case. She has no more inside knowledge or boots on the ground. Because if she does, and they're following Wendy around at her behest, you know what that is? That is stalking at her behest. And that is illegal. You can't do that. You're not a private investigator. You can't do it. You can't follow Wendy Adelson around. You're not allowed. It's stupid. If you want to put yourself at that kind of legal risk, that's on you. And if John Lauro finds out, bully for him, because you can't do it. You're crossing the line. And it's really close to being crossing the line as it is. Like, I don't understand how you can't, like, you think you can just follow someone around and you're like, I have boots on, let me do it. Where's my piece of paper? I have boots on the ground. I have boots on the ground. I know where Wendy is. Would someone call People Magazine? Call People Magazine. You can't follow people. It's illegal. Oh, well, thank you, Anne-Marie. I'm not really going through it. That's the thing. And I really do appreciate everyone's support. I get really nice emails. I'm just making fun of the one I did get. I get really, really nice emails and super chats, and people are so nice to me. None of that. I'm still overweight, and I'm okay with it because look where I've come. Can I show you? I don't look at these pictures too often. Come on. Dude. You know what's even better? I know it's against the rules, but I lost all this weight sitting down. I was like, I didn't exercise a lick. Tell you what, that's pretty badass to me. And if you want to be like, I'm obsessed with her, here's the thing. All I'm doing is speaking up for people who kind of, you know, it's just not their personality. Doesn't make it right, wrong, or indifferent, but it's not their personality. But injustice is injustice. Calling false witness against your neighbor is injustice. Threatening to go to someone's job, their divorce attorney, their baby daddy. Come on, you psycho. That's psycho. That's not even like, that's a level of boiling a rabbit I have not seen in a very long time. That's what that is. I have boots on the ground. I know she's in Austin. I know she just got deposed. She didn't get deposed by her mother. She got deposed by the defense. And her mother wasn't there. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure her mother had to agree to it. But that doesn't mean she was deposed by her mom. Please don't, Debbie and Debbie. Please don't. Please don't. Oh, I only operate from logic. Like, please don't. I only operate from logic. If you are going to say things like, I have boots on the ground, the inference is you have people following Wendy Adelson. You have new photos of the boys. How did you get that? Who do you have following them? But John Laura shouldn't know about that? These boys shouldn't be protected? By you? Like, from you? Come on. They're not adults. You're not allowed to do that. The mom didn't depose them. The mom is incarcerated. People Magazine knows the rules. You're not a journalist. You don't. Clearly, you need to look up the private investigation in the state of Texas, because implying that you are following people is likely enough. Five car, Allison is Allison Galvani, and her mother, Nancy Galvani, was murdered, likely by her ex-husband, who was Allison's father. And Allison is looking for justice for Nancy. Now, her father, Pat, unfortunate coincidence, is walking free. But is he really walking free? Likely not. Allison's mom was thrown into the San Francisco Bay and weighted down. Well, a couple days later, she came back up. And Allison has incredible recollection that has been verified by the evidence. This fancy human has decided that she tried to, like, she was helping, or I don't know what happened. But anyway, she's now says that helping Allison was a mistake, because it's not about justice. It's about fancy being right. It's not about justice. See, that's what I'm saying. Nancy doesn't have justice. Allison doesn't have justice. The Markells don't have full justice, but they have some justice. My chances, my belief, and the chances are the other three will be convicted, at least two. That's just an opinion. But to say helping Allison is a mistake is childish at best. At best. And that's who you all want to follow. You want to follow Fancy because she's the OG, because she has boots on the ground, and she's right now having people follow a woman who has not been tried or convicted, who is labeled as an unindicted co-conspirator in the murder of her ex-husband. But you still can't do that. You're not law enforcement. And if law enforcement is leaking to you, Fancy, well, that's a problem too, because they can't do that, because this is still an open investigation in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? So some people would say I'm obsessed. Don't call some people a felon and not expect me to respond, because I'm not a felon. See, you're trying to effectuate my career. You're trying to hurt Allison's career. You're trying to hurt a relationship between me and her children. And I'm not going to let you do it. Other people may be like, she's crazy. She's fat. She is fat. She's not fat. She's not. She gay hates. She hates everybody. She's Trumper. How can you be a Trumper? See the email. One day I'm just going to do hate mail. Like, it's hilarious. She's free. She's not a free Karen Reed. She needs one lady, let me tell you, about free Karen Reed. She sent me a text message like late into the night. You don't know shit about Karen Reed. Like, I was like, who are you? I was like, I didn't know how to respond at first. I'd think about it because it was so late at night. And then I was like, oh. She's like, I'll help you understand. And I think I responded, what did I say? I think I responded, This free Karen Reed thing. What's her name? I named her in my phone. You know, I have to remember people. So I was like, I don't mean to, this is what she says. I don't mean to sound rude. I live in Massachusetts. Please do not report on Karen Reed unless you read the facts and all the evidence. You have no idea what is going on and how it's upset her. She'll be more than happy to help me. It's disgusting. It could be your daughter. Hold on. I lost it because someone sent me a text. Please stop texting me while I'm on air, please. If you don't mind for a second. I'm trying to read something. She's like, some of us live in this county and you have no clue the bullshit we go through. I was like, excuse me, I'm trying to sleep. And thank you. I may take you up on it, but then I blocked her. Because like people are, there's no hesitation. There's absolutely no hesitation. I'm like, I'm not doing that. So if somebody wants to say I'm bullshit, I do shit, I ain't shit, I have shit, I don't care. And that's what people do not understand. Because I'm still going to get up in the morning. I have schoolwork. I have a home inspection. I have showings in the afternoon. What else do I have tomorrow? I have an event to be at. I'm actually out living my life while law enforcement and the courts take care of Dan Markel. Now, where Allison is concerned, I've written a letter to the DA. I think they go by DA in California. I've written and helped and promoted in my Facebook groups, Justice for Nancy, asking people to maybe write a letter to the DA. I did it on Twitter. I do it on Facebook. I did it here. That's all I can do. I can't go investigate. I live in Florida. All I can do is be supportive of Allison, have her tell her story, share her story, because that's what YouTube does. YouTube now is like #1 in true crime searches. #1. So there's power in that. So I try to do it in a positive way, saying this is justice for Nancy, because she has no justice. She really doesn't. And any hate to Allison, ladies and gentlemen, is so misplaced. Think DARVO. Think DARVO. Why would you do that to this woman? This mom herself. Highly educated, highly intelligent. I mean, clearly went through microbiology better than I did. Like, that's probably a fact. And you're like, she's nothing now. She's nothing because she disagrees with you. So why is it that if you disagree with someone, you can't just disagree? You have to minimize their life story to a point where everything, it's not that helping her was, Allison was a mistake. She's a mistake. I'm trying to fight crime, but this woman is a mistake for trying, what? That's not how this works. That's not how YouTube works. I don't edit my videos. I don't remove them. I don't pare anything down. I don't try to make, even if I say some shit, because I have said some shit, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not trying to make it better or worse or not truthful. I don't edit myself to make me look better in a better light. Some days my hair is really crashed. It's crashed and burned. I don't do that. Like someone showed, I got up one day, my ass crack showed. I didn't edit that out. I edit nothing unless YouTube says you can't have music, and then I have to edit the music. That's it. But how is any of that got to do with Allison Galvani fighting for her mother? She's 5 years old. That's who Allison is, 5 car. So you can run around and promote Fancy and love on Fancy. I don't care. You can be here and be there. I also don't care about that. But calling me out, chemo, Kemo, which is kind of disrespectful, by the way. That's not a good name. But that's an opinion. I'm not canceling you because of it. I just think you should be more creative than calling yourself chemo. It's horrible. And it doesn't promote goodwill. But Nancy died. She didn't get to raise her daughter at all. She was a baby. Dan Markel didn't get to raise his boys. But I guarantee you, me sitting here isn't going to change that. It's horrific. Allison Gilmore. She was murdered here decades ago. When I first moved here, shortly after. She was pregnant at the time. She lived near Saddle Creek Run. She lived in the Wilson Green neighborhood. Kind of like where Henry Segura's family was, that he annihilated. Allison Gilmore has still not been found. Do you know that anytime there's a missing body anywhere in Leon County or its neighboring counties, the first person we all ask in living Tallahassee is it Allie Gilmore? Do you know that? Allie Gilmore's family has not had justice. There are no stories or podcasts or events about Allie Gilmore. Lori Paige went missing 2 years ago, June 3rd. She was 12 years old. Walked out in the middle of the night. No one knows where she is. I went searching for her, physically went searching. I had shows about her, brought people on my radio. Scott brought people on. We've done events. We've searched and searched. We've driven to Thomasville where her dad lived. Like, we've been around. Lori Paige has had no justice. We have no idea where she is. She could be trafficked. She could have been killed by her dad, killed by her mom. We have no idea. Lori Paige is missing. On my YouTube, on my Facebook, when this little heifer tries to put me down for having 76,000 people. Let me show you the YouTube. I mean the Facebook. Let me see if I can do it. Just how do I show it as? I thought there was a way for me to show it so you don't see my. I'll just do it this way. So this is Living Tallahassee that somebody who's literally built nothing in her life wants to make fun of. At the top of the page, this is Lori Paige. I've had it on there since she's been missing. She was 12 years old at the time. She'll be 14. It's the only thing I know to do. I can't effectuate justice because I'm not her family, who refuses to talk about her, refused to go on any media. Sebastian, we all know about Sebastian, also went missing in the middle of the night. News is all over the place about Sebastian. News is nowhere for Lori Paige. Nowhere. I tried. I couldn't get traction for this poor child of God. Could not get traction. I started this group in 2000 and what was it? 17? Yeah, it's 8 years old. It was nobody. It was like 1 or 2 people. It was actually called Live Love Tallahassee at the time, and it didn't take off. I don't know what made me change it. I always think it's the Holy Spirit, and I changed it to Living Tallahassee. Living Tallahassee is offshoot groups. One is the complaints department. This came out because, honest to God, I couldn't listen to the complaining anymore. The complaining was overwhelming me. If there was ever a time in my life that I thought, I just cannot take it anymore, It was so negative. Everything was negative. It was all consuming me. I was going through the car wash, no lie. And I said a prayer, as I do. And I said, Lord, I have no idea what to do with this group. I could either turn it off and remove it, but I know we help people. I could sell it because it's saleable. Somebody could take it and pay me for it. And I was just sitting there with my eyes closed, going through the car wash, or the car wash was going around me. You were standing, I was sitting still. And the car wash was, the things were going on. And I was like, no. And something said to me, start a complaints group. So that's what I did. Started a complaints group. It's hilarious. So it's Living Tallahassee Complaints. And instead of shutting people down because I don't want to see their complaints, I suggest they go to the complaints department. A friend of mine, Jay, not our Jay, YouTube Jay, but another Jay, he is the one who manages that group because I cannot watch or listen or read all of those complaints. Some of them are funny, and I'll go in for a few minutes, check on everything, but then I leave because it's too much. It's so negative, I can't handle it. I have another group called Leon Tallahassee Bad Drivers. Everyone wants to put bad driving, like I'm the worst parker in the world. So I'll park, take 2-3 spaces. I'm very selfish that way. So we have a group called the Bad Drivers Group. People can post their bad driving, their bad parking, their running red lights, whatever they want. But I don't have to watch it. You know why? Because I have other people who do it. I leverage it because I don't like all that negativity. But Living Tallahassee was a public group. Now it's a private group. "31 posts today. I have a bunch that haven't been approved yet. Created 7 years ago. These are the rules. No job postings, no begging, no asking for money. Video content. One time someone tried, a homeless guy was naked. So you have to put no nudity, no pet posts. We also have a pet group. You know what? This is all free. Everything I do with this group or the other groups that I sponsor and have started on my own, by my own little brain, are free. Free. My job is to help businesses. When I moved here, I didn't know squat. I didn't understand Tallahassee. I didn't understand why it wasn't lot and block. It's made out of a circle. Like, why would someone have a town out of a spoke and wheel concept? It was foreign to me. The whole town was foreign to me. It was really hard for me. It took me 3 years to adapt to being here. I really struggled with it. But see, without this group, I wouldn't know anything about Sweet Formations, what she does, the events she has. This music band thanks me on a regular basis. You know why? Because I give him an opportunity to share his music and what he does for free. Mama Peace, she's an ice cream truck. Love her. She's a fantastic woman. She gives back so much. So you know what I do? Help her to promote herself. You know what I do? There's 76,000 people. Let's see how I can do it. So this, as you can see, I haven't really, engagement. See this number? 57,284 active members out of 75,500. Do you know what's that worth on an advertising scale? I didn't. You know what I did? I asked ChatGPT. It's worth per person who advertises with us for free, $3,500 a week. To get this kind of concentrated people together in one location, $3,500 per business. I could be floating in cash, but I give back to the community. Popular days, Tuesday, popular times. Let's see. Oh, this gave me a complaint on my the brokerage Google review site. I was so ridiculous that I said, forget the boycott. Today we're making it a boycott. Let's show our love for America and the hardworking families who keep this country running, because I believe in small business. You know what I got? I got so much hate mail. It makes fancy fiction look as small as she really is. I was like, what? Look, laughter. But you know what it is? Let's go back. The reach, 23,000. Engagement, 1,300. 23,000. My one little post. That's incredible to me. 27,000. 29,000. Forever 21 leaving the area. 29,000. 24,000. This guy got beat the hell up in his store. He runs a meat market. And he tried to stop a shoplifter. I know all shoplifters are valedictorians, fancy, but he tried to stop a shoplifter just the same. 24,000. Him coming back. Do you know what his business changed? A lot. Let's see, what else do I got? Cluster hotels. Anyone know what happens? They're all over the place. Why do we sit at green lights and run a red light? Don't we all have that question? Spotted in traffic. Walmart's closed, Walgreens, whatever it is. The proud owners of Ricardo's. If you come to Tallahassee, it's in the Benton Plaza where the yoga place was that Wendy Adelson acted the fool in the parking lot. 17,000 people concentrated in one day. So I know that people want to shame me for my weight, my behavior, my verbiage, my lack of education, my education, my history, my ex-husband, whatever it is. That I am proud of. Very, very proud of. So that is why I show people the positives about what I do. Because there's more to everyone than there is sitting on a YouTube. More to everyone. There's more to Allison. But what would her life have been with her mom? She doesn't have justice. And you got fancy woman trashing her. Who the hell made her the OG? How did she assign herself that? And are the other YouTubers afraid? So that's why they call her that? Or do they honestly believe? They couldn't possibly. STS is massive. I think they're just doing her a favor, calling her that. They couldn't possibly believe it. She's not effectuating change. She's not effectuating justice. I work really hard to effectuate change in this town because this is where I live. I want to help small businesses. So if I have disgruntled people that want to make a bad review, I'll show them that. That's the review. God. So that's the story 5 card. Oh, I don't have, oh no. Reddit Tallahassee hates my guts. Hates me. But I'm okay with that because I don't mind dissent. I don't mind, how do I say it? Someone, I don't understand the absolute in the political atmosphere because I didn't grow up with that. I don't understand how you either are with me politically or you're against me and everything else and everyone else. I don't understand the canceling. I don't. And they are, the Reddit Tallahassee's rough. It's not mine. I mean, it just isn't. Yeah, we're all dying. I don't understand. Like, yeah, it's not something I get. I think it's super sad to, I mean, I believe when people say, I'm not going to have dinner with my parents ever again because they didn't vote who I thought they should vote. Can you even imagine? I can't. I love my parents so much, I moved to a state where they live. The last thing I was going to do, first of all, it was a different time. You don't ask people who they vote for. Not now. Who'd you vote for? Because I want to cancel you. If I disagree with you, I want to cancel you. I want to scratch up your car. Who are you people that you would go next to someone, pretend you're stealthy? This is what kills me about it. They're like, no one could, they're all looking around, right? They're looking around. Meanwhile, there's 12 cameras on a freaking Tesla, and they're like gouging the side of it. No offense. I know you probably don't know this, but why is it so dark? They can actually see you do it. Have you guys ever seen the people get arrested for doing that? It's hilarious. They're crying. Crying. Do you know who would be crying if they actually figure out that she has boots on the ground following Wendy Adelson? Talk about interfering with an investigation. Talk about interfering with justice. If you have people following this woman around and you're not media, you could be interfering with justice. You can't do it. It's illegal. And yes, I can say that because I looked it up. And I have a cybersecurity degree. And you know the only way you get a cybersecurity degree, at least in this state and with that school, is pass an FBI background check. So before anyone wants to call me out about my history, read. Actually, like, go read something. But that's that whole DARVO thing. It's absolutely incredible. And thank you to that YouTube subscriber that pointed that out. I had no idea what that was. Because I'm busy working, going to school, drinking a protein shake once in a while, having my Diet Coke, smoking a cigar, cuddling with my husband and my dog, in that order. That's what I do. Having fun, spending time with Scott. I've got to fill like 300 Easter eggs tomorrow because I volunteered. I'm like, it's so sad when you don't like have anything to do besides worry about Wendy Adelson. Good God. She said she's not going to address the lies. Who cares? Like, literally. Let me say hi to the chat. That's normally what I do. You just started watching because the numbers have grown while I was like pointing out life. My name's Patty. I'm Patty Wilson. I give my full name. This is my real face. Sometimes I don't like it. Sometimes I do. As most people do, right? Most people like their face. Most people don't. Not everyone likes their body. You know what? I like mine. You know why? Because I work really hard on it. I had to give up a lot to get this. And it's still strong and healthy. My blood pressure's in line. My blood work looks fantastic. I don't have colon cancer because I've been checked. What else? My thyroid's in line. I'm one of the few women in my whole family, and I have a huge family, that has a functioning thyroid. Now, I was hoping it was a little low, but it's not. It is a functioning thyroid. My hearing's still good. My vision's starting to suck. I can walk with both feet. I can use my thumbs. I have most of my teeth. They're very strong. They're pretty. I think they're pretty. My bottom teeth are crooked, but I think I have a nice smile. I have my mother's eyes and my father's legs. I have fabulous hair. You don't even need to tell me because I know I do. I had a lady yesterday when we were at this yard sale. She's like, can I just touch your hair? Sure. I have more friends than I can count, and I'm talking about in-person human people. I have siblings that love me. I miss my parents dearly. I can't imagine having lost one at the age of 5. I feel very blessed that I had him as long as I did. I have aunts that love me. And I literally sit every morning and think of all the positive things I have in my life. I try not to worry about money. I know people do. I do. I try not to worry about real estate. I try not to worry about other people's houses. It's hard. That is a challenge. I have tons of people at my back. Like so many people that a year and a half ago, I never, ever, ever would have got. I can't believe it. Cannot believe how many people have my back. I have more viewers per episode than the other people. I have active engagement. I have people that say I make them laugh every day. They just email me and say, you make me laugh. You have no idea what that does to a soul. You just have no idea. It is such a dream come true. I can't even stand it. You just have no idea. I have people that call me and ask me real estate questions. I have people that want, just advice with their kids. I was like, I'm not an expert. It's just a great life. I mean, I have a great life. Is everything solved? Absolutely not. Do I get to see my kids every day? Nope. Do my grandchildren love me? Yep. Is being a grandma better than being a mom? 150%. You get 100, like it's 1,000,000% better than being a mom because it's fun. I have a giggle. They make me laugh. My granddaughter was like in the top 5 yesterday at this wrestling competition. She was proud to show me her new snake. Can you believe it? She bought a snake. It's killing me. I was like, oh, you don't want, they call me Mima. I'm like, oh, you don't want Mima to live with you? Like to move in? Because she can't now because of a snake. It's not doing. But they call me with their wins. They call me with their losses. How fun is that? I have YouTube subscribers that do the best. So Chicky Poo and the shit shows she sits on, say that 12 times fast, cannot put me down enough to effectuate my life. But I also want people, and the reason I'm doing this is to, my lips are chapped, I was out in the sun today, believe it or not, is to, if you have someone like Aaron Rickards, who wants to say things that are untrue about you, say it's a coworker or a friend or a sibling, who knows? I want you to find a way, whether it's ChatGPT or anywhere else, to find a way to respond that's constructive and honest. It's so freeing. It's so freeing, to be honest. That's the difference between the Adelsons, or that's the difference between Aaron Rickards, and that's the difference between Kathleen Monkman and anyone else. I mean, there's millions of people that aren't honest, that couldn't remember where they were 2 weeks ago because they already lied about it. You just can't even imagine. I can, my memory doesn't always, but typically I know where I was. I don't cheat on my husband. I love him very much. I'm extremely loyal. I don't take him to every event because he doesn't want to go. Because we have separate lives, but in the end, oh my God, I don't know why it made me laugh so hard, but that bologna comment, is that some exotic food from Pennsylvania? No. Fried bologna is not an exotic food from Pennsylvania, but I still got the giggles. Because that's what I do. I laugh. So, I mean, some people may be like, she laughs too loud. She laughs too much. She doesn't laugh enough. She's not about the justice. She's not serious. This is serious. I'm like, whatever. You can't please them. But I would hope that someone watching this, that I don't know your name, I don't know who you are, but someone is talking about you behind your back. They're lying about you behind your back. They're harassing you through email, their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the situation, that you find a constructive way to respond to them. Because sitting down and being quiet and not responding, although a response, silence is a fantastic response, it's not always the best way. You need to defend yourself. If you're not a felon and someone calls you a felon, you should defend yourself. If you are a felon and you're okay with it because you learned from it, then tell them that. If somebody wants to say I was arrested in strip search as an adult, none of that is true. None of it is true, which is what's called slander and defamation. And it would be one thing if they just said it. No. They put it in a video and then they write it and then they write it again and then they put it in a video and then they share it with their cohorts and then that person says it. It just makes the whole lawsuit a little more easy, especially when two people do it, because then you have a plan. So the whole thing about defamation or libel is intent. It's hard to prove intent, they say. It's just like my friend who was bilked out of $400,000. Fellow realtor her friend came to me and was like, Patty, can you help? Help how? I'll do research. I'll have it on YouTube. I mean, I'll do what I can to a point. I mean, there's only so much you can do. But $400,000 is a lot of money. When they went to Sarah Catherine Dugan, she was one of the state attorneys they spoke to. They're like, well, it's hard to prove intent. It's not so hard to prove intent when you got it on YouTube. It's really easy. Now they take it down, they put it up, they edit. It's all by YouTube. It's never gone for good. Whoever content creators believe it is are naive content creators, because it's there. So even though in this gal's situation where she was bilked out of $400,000, she doesn't have it on she doesn't have it on video. She doesn't have it recorded. She doesn't have it. I do. Allison does. Allison has it in an email. Mia has it in an email. Then you have it on YouTube. If someone's going to sit there and say, I just wanted to know if her boss cared about her opinion and knew what she was doing on her own time, looking for justice for her mother, but you just wanted to know. You were just curious, right? You're just curious about the dean of Yale. There's just curiosity. I mean, we're just trying to smear you. I mean, you just would be curious about where they are. And meanwhile, we over here are just illiterate and we're just stupid and we just have no idea what we're doing because we haven't been in this as long as you have. Does that sound familiar? So why would her boss, why would you do that? And then to sit around and tell me that I shouldn't go to John Lauro, because if I do it and tell him where you live and what your real name is, even though I've said it 100 times, I am helping a murder. You are innocent because you've proclaimed it. See how that works? It's an odd thing. It's an odd thing, that YouTube. Anyway, if you don't know and you're watching for the first time, Allison Galvani is the daughter of Nancy Galvani, and her mother was murdered. And she was thrown into the bay, weighted down. Likely, who's the first one that everyone should talk to? The husband, the ex-husband. Statistically a fact. She's been trying for decades to get justice for her mother, and she's on her path. She's on her path. She said today on her YouTube, because I was listening and getting ready for my event that I chose to go to, that she's busy tomorrow because she's meeting with congressional staffers. Last time I checked, Erin Rickards isn't meeting with a congressional staffer. She's not meeting with the DA. She's not meeting with anybody at all. I'm sure she has some sort of income and a job and whatever. Fantastic. More power to her. Oh, she makes a ton of money because I'm a capitalist. Now they'll get eaten up by California taxes, so I'm sure there's a balance there. But this woman is meeting with congressional staffers. I don't know why. She didn't say. Clearly, she's doing something right in her life. She has a husband who loves her and kids who love her, dogs that love her. So before you put her down, look in the mirror. Look at what you've carved with your life, and then look at her. Now, you may have some amazing life behind the scenes that none of us know about. Fantastic. More power to you. I don't wish karma on you. I don't wish karma on Kathleen Monkman. I don't believe in karma. That'd be one thing, because I'm a Christian. I don't believe in karma. So I don't really think about those things. But what I do believe in is someone who has taken it really on herself to find justice for her mother. She doesn't have 55 YouTubers talking about a case. She's trying. She's working towards it. Lori Paige doesn't have anybody except me and Margie Summers, Rudy Ferguson, and a couple other people, some woman named Princess, who is fighting for Lori Paige. Allie Gilmore, nobody's searching. Not that we know of. I mean, if she shows up, her skeleton shows up or the human shows up, that's it. No one's searching for Allie Gilmore. She doesn't have a justice. That's in your town, Fancy. The town that you have decided that we should all turn to you as an expert. These dead people, these missing people, this is your town. When you were born in, raised, Leon grad, the whole thing. Think about those people. Stop being a one-hit wonder. If you have a platform, why don't you help some of them? Have you ever thought about it? I don't know. I think there's a lot of YouTubers that could affect change if they stop looking at themselves and start looking at other people and their community and help them. So, Five Car, thanks for being here. Pardon me if I don't pay attention to whatever trolls are here, because I just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I am obsessed and I am pathetic. And you, my friend, are here. And I welcome you. Increasing my numbers, chemo, increasing my numbers, increasing my algorithm. Call me whatever you like. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that I don't care. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Don't make me laugh. Do I even want to go in the chat? Should I even bother? My phone's blowing up, but I'm not looking at it while I'm on. So sorry about that, people. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? This is a long chat. I don't even know how to get to the top easily. Oh. And when I leave here, I'm also not going to look at my phone. So if you're sending me hate mail, I'm not looking at it. Because I'm going to go home and spend time with my husband. Because it's 8:15. Oh my God. Where are we? Dude, is the chat this long? Did I do this much? Sorry. Everyone's saying hi, so I'm saying hi. When was all of this said? I think yesterday. Thank you, Junebug. I love fried bologna too. I don't know why I've never made it for Chris before. It made no sense to me. You're fried bologna and you're from East Tennessee. It was just so funny that he's like, is that exotic? Yes, that is exotic food from Pennsylvania. Oh, thank you, Arlene. You're always a fan. Thank you. Hi, Marianne. Al's gal. How is Al? That's what I want to know. When I see that, how is Al? Hi, Zerdin. Zerdin Ann. It's not easy to say. Hey, Angel Baby. How are you? Thanks for being a member. Thank you all who are members. I think I made it to the top. But I was like, I'm going to show him my fat. I'm going to show him my fat photos. Bread toasted and lots of mustard. Well, were you in my kitchen? Oh, I did show the pic of Doug Flutie when I look like an Amazonian transvestite. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I did show it at some point. It was so funny to me. To me, it's funny. I'm like, you guys may not think it's funny. I don't have a good, like my professor says, Patty, you need a better filing system. I just like print and release, like print and like release it to industry. I don't think about it. But I did. I thought I looked like an Amazonian transvestite. Thank you, Yakety Yak. What a great name. You know, I worked for Jenny Craig. I was a talent. I was very thin. I wonder if I have a photo from when I became a nurse. Oh, my grandbaby. My grandbaby called me. That's who called. Let me see if I have. You know, a lot of people don't like it, but I like the new format on iPhones. If I put in nurse, the old photo of me may show up, like the real old photo now. Didn't. I had beautiful red hair. I was it. I was thin. I was probably 175 pounds. I was it when I became a nurse. And I worked for Jenny Craig. What the hell was I thinking? Hi, Missy Ann. Thank you. I was fun fat, too. I was fun fat. Tur. Thank you. I am not an insecure person. Thank you, Coercive. I'm not. I mean, some days I'm very shy. I know it's not. I'm used to YouTube now. But I'm awfully shy in person. It's very hard for me, like when someone random wants to touch my hair. It's very challenging, as it would be for a lot of people. But they know who I am. And I'm not going to like be rude about it. Like, you know who I am. To them, they know me. Does that make sense? I hope. Well, I don't, clearly not stupid, but there is a lack of common sense on that. Like, I'm not a felon. My smile, thank you. I do have a smile. I don't know, Norma. I don't know. You've lost a lot of friends, Yakety. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. And it's not like, I don't like label myself anything but a libertarian. I really don't. I don't care what you do, how you live your life. I really don't. You can be transgender. Have bingo, though, if you do it, because the bingo is hilarious. You can be whatever you like. I don't care. It's the libertarian belief is when you inflict it on other people. Like, that's the problem. You can protest. I believe in protests. I'm not going to do it because I work. But have a protest. Enjoy it. Gay rights, animal rights, clean air rights. Have a right. Did you ever watch Gavin and Stacey when they were, oh, so funny to me. They were going to protest like a cell phone tower in their backyard on Gavin and Stacey, which is a Welsh and British show. It's hilarious. Then they didn't have a. So the cell tower was going to come into the town in Essex. And then they tried to call people, but they didn't have a signal. And they were complaining because they didn't have a signal. Now, if that doesn't wrap up just about every protest right now, I don't know what does. Everybody wants clean water. We all want clean water, but they want water now. They don't want to have to go to the well and pump it. It's hilarious. Oh, well, thank you. I do think I'm happy. I mean, I really do. I know. I saw that. Fancy said she didn't even know her yet. Allison showed a video today of Rochelle, Crime and Coffee, reading threatening emails from Fancy Fiction. Go on about yourself. Varied points of view. I love it. So when I became a real estate agent, and I'm deathly afraid of public speaking, I watched on YouTube, before it is today, Harvard debate teams debating each other. I learned so much from that. I also I did British or English tongue twisters. Debbie Gibby Thickens. I am nice and shy until, yeah, but if you met me in person, like, it is hard for me to have a conversation with you in person. I don't know why this works for me. I don't know. I have no idea why it works. I have to give a speech in November. I don't have to. I was invited and I took it, and now I have to do it. And so I'm going to start working on it now so that by November, it's like a TED Talk. I'm like on it. I was thrilled to be invited. It was amazing. So I'm going to practice so I don't let people down. Who is Scott? Scott is my best friend. He is changed my life. You know, you think your husband changes your life? Mm-mm. Scott Cowart changed my life. He changed everything. He said I was smart. He knows how I feel about it. So it's not a secret. When I first met him, let me show you the picture. He's a beautiful person. He's so funny because he literally has no empathy. I don't know why it's so dark. This is camera today. He dressed me for this photo. He dressed me. If you freaking think for 1 second I would wear that without being told, Patty, you should wear that, I would never have worn that. I have them. I'm selling them on Poshmark now because they're so big. I can't wear them anymore. That's Scott's style. Like, Scott's like, Patty, you should wear this. This is you, blah, 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 blah. He changed my life. He's gorgeous. He's super intelligent. He's coachable. He asks questions. He asks interesting questions. He's my business partner. He's my radio partner. He's my friend. That's who Scott is. And he looks fabulous in a velvet jacket. He's a good guy. You should get to know him if you live here. My dad died of COVID too, alone. It was sad, but the last day I had with him was perfect. It's horrible. It was a horrible time in America. It was a horrible time. It's horrible. My poor father. It was horrible. Nothing worse than losing a parent, loved one, and not being able to be with them. Ooh, man, I flipped my shit. When that nursing home from Leesburg, Florida called me and told me that my mother's O2 sats were 80, I flipped my shit on them because I was a nurse, not a nursing assistant, which I respect completely because I didn't do it. I flipped my shit. Like, why didn't you call me at 92? Like, why would you wait till she's about to die? I was so pissed. I find people that are expressive in their look much more interesting than these people running around trying to look. I know. But I do have a really nice forehead. When I was scared because everyone I know, including my husband, had skin cancer. And everyone I know. And I had to go to the dermatologist. I was like, I better go. I don't have one skin thing. She's like, ma'am, you have no skin damage. I was like, how do I have no skin damage? I was like, could you check again? You have no skin damage. Now I have sunspots, but she said that's not skin damage. Okay. There was a time in my life where being that small, if you can be in a sample size, I had an aunt that wore sample size shoes, like little kid shoes. Basically it's the same size when it transfers. And then I grew up. I was like, I love being tall. If I could be taller, I would be taller. I really am comfortable in my own skin. I think part of that is being my age. I went to grade school and high school with a girl. Her name's Marie. She is huge in finance. I can't even tell you the job because she lives in Europe. I wouldn't call her out. And she started in, I believe it was JP Morgan. I think it was JP Morgan Chase. And a mutual friend of ours' father died. And she came to the funeral, came back to Harrisburg for the funeral. I was still living there full time. And she was dressed so cute, like New York. She was dressed in New York. And she had these stockings on. And she made a comment about the brand of stockings. And I was like, what do you mean? And she said, people know if you're not wearing the right brand. I was like, people know? She said, at my level, because I was a nurse, she was upper. And she goes, at my level, if you're not wearing a certain level of stocking or tight or whatever that is, they'll know. I was like, how are they going to know? Now I know Scott. Now I know they would know. Like, I have verification that would be the case. But I was like, how would they know? And she's like, no, it's what's expected, that you spend a certain amount of money and you're at a certain level. And I thought, oh my God, what pressure is that? That you can't just go to work and be smart and be intelligent. I mean, this woman is huge. I mean, huge in finance. Huge. Huge. Like private plane huge. I was like, what? But that's how they lived. I mean, that's a choice. When you live in New York City or around it or whatever, or you live out in LA, someone my size in LA would be completely looked down upon. Why would you live like that? That's what I think. Like, that is not normal. It is not normal to look down on people because they ate more Doritos than you. It's just not. Or they don't exercise or run in the hills. We're in the valley. We're not running in the valley. The reason why Ricky Gervais is so freaking popular is because he cuts the throat of all those people that are so superficial, that all they do is have people running around telling them how fantastic they are. That's not real life. It's just not. It's not great to look down on people because they're different than you or can't afford. Not Marie was not doing that, not by any stretch. She was just informing me that that's the culture. She loves me. I love her. We still talk. I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you make people feel bad? Because they can't afford designer clothing. It's just clothing. It's not that important. She's literally, in the year and a half I've been doing this, the only YouTuber I have watched. Gigi has 3 times the fans she has. Right? Jay Bronius has 2 times the fans she has. Carl, all of these other people, not one person makes fun of someone's looks. Not one. They just don't. True Lifestyles didn't do it. Like, no one. True Lifestyles could not be nicer to me. She just couldn't have been. I don't know how she feels about me now. It doesn't really matter. But that's just insane. Not everyone can afford to live in LA. Not everyone can afford to dress in designer clothes. It doesn't make them less of a person. You think I have the same amount of money, a budget that Scott has? I don't. Do you know that Scott doesn't buy? He doesn't always buy firsthand. Nobody would know it because he takes impeccable care of his clothing. Nobody cares. Scott can run around, not run, he doesn't really run, but he can wear, like, say we're painting a house. We used to have to paint the houses ourselves when we first started out. We would paint for staging and get it listed. We would paint it ourselves. I would have paint, like I was like this sloppy fat person. He would have paints on, like, thrown at him like he was Jackson Pollock's, like, muse. I mean, beautiful. The man is a beautiful, beautifully coiffed guy. But he doesn't make fun of people who don't dress like he does. Because he's healthy. He's a healthy person. That's who Scott is. He makes me cry. I love him to death. We've worked together for 9 years. Do you think I'm so bad that I have a guy that's willing to work with me for 9 years? Or the agents that we have? I have agents in multiple boards that work with us. You think I'm that bad of a person? That why would they work with me if I'm just shit? They wouldn't. There's too many choices. My people, our realtors, they're Scott and my realtors, have worked with us for years. So that's why I don't buy into what a YouTuber says about me. And I hope Allison doesn't. I hope Rochelle doesn't. I hope Mia doesn't. I hope Max doesn't. I hope whoever their next victim is doesn't listen to it, because it's not important. If that person is willing to take the step to contact your boss or contact an attorney or contact your divorce attorney or contact whomever, then that will effectuate change in how they're treated. It just will. I'm going to take care of myself. No one else will do it. So I'm going to take care of my reputation and myself. And I don't need or care whether she likes it or not, or whether Kathleen Monkman likes it or not. I don't care. We all have to take care of ourselves. So happy your Grab back. Well, yeah, well, it did and it didn't. Like, when it started coming in, I just started shaving. A hair suits your, oh, well, thank you, John Smith. Too bad it's not. Thank you, Beach Bum. Good to see you. My Town Bling shirts. Right, so Bling is the new black. I wonder if it's up. Bling is the new black. Let me see if I can find it. She made Tally Girl shirts, because that's how she rolls. See if I can find it. So I just thought was the sweetest thing. Search. Can I search? Yeah, here they are. How many people would do that for someone else? Look what this woman did for me. Tallahassee girl. Absolutely adorable. She made my gratitude shirt I wore the other day. This chat is kind of like a party. I think so too. I wish I could hear your voices. That's why I did the call show. I have to do another one. And she ranted in about you contacted the law bar attorney. Rash, like she knew every lawyer in the country and they just liked you sitting. And then that's the thing. Attorneys don't, well, they say statistically, more attorneys turn attorneys in. Same with real estate. More realtors turn realtors in. But nobody else would turn them in here. I don't know why. Maybe it just wasn't the opportunity. Maybe I just did it before they did it. Someone turned them into the bar at the same time or before I did that was a higher level because the bar took it seriously and said they're doing their investigation. That's what I made Chris. Hey, Andy Nana, if you're still on here, which you may not be, did you want me to get you that Fulton Sheen book that you saw in the photo? Cybersecurity criminal is the most laughable description of the little coffee that you read a couple emails. In that case, there's a large population of cyber crimes in this country. It's true. She's going for clicks and views. Well, I tell you, I know my numbers and my numbers, the number of hours that people stay with me while I just sit here and talk to the screen is incredible. To me, it's incredible. And when I shared it with that group that asked me to speak, I mean, they could have been blowing smoke up my ass, but they said it was good. So. Yeah, just ignore people that rag. I mean, it's some people just need to vent. It's why I made the complaints group. Someone on Reddit posted pictures of the worst. That was funny. The episode of Dating Game. Remember the Dating Game? Ooh, that movie maybe. Ooh, that recent movie with the dating game where the guy killed the girl and it was Anna. Oh, Anna. What's her face? What's her name? Anna. She sings beautifully. She was in Pitch Perfect. That movie about the dating game freaked me out. When they were walking across the parking lot, I didn't like it. You're welcome out. It's easy to support you. It really is. You know, Miss Pisces, I don't even understand it. Maybe you should take the time, come on with me sometime and tell me about being a Pisces because I don't really understand. I don't. I'm very empathetic, which I don't want to be. Not empathetic. I'm very empathic. Like I feel other people's pain. It's horrible. It's exhausting. It's very exhausting. Donna recognized me. She did. I think she'll never recognize because she never shows her face. Oh. And I doubt she'll go to the trial because she's afraid. Why would you be afraid? I just don't understand it. I don't understand why people get so caught up in their own headspace that they would feel that way. Me too, Lolly. Me too. Lolly says, the thing I'm most grateful for is I'm not like her. Neither are my friends. Me too. Wendy did. Wendy did it. Thank you, Wendy. He is honorable. Thank you, Brady. You can't put a sentence together on a camera either. Yes, you can. I watched you. Was it with, who did I watch you with? I was watching a replay. Was it Gray Hughes? Who was it that you showed your face? You didn't really look at the camera. You were kind of looking off. But it was so intense. It really was, Allison. Yep. Cyberstalking is not cyber. Look, what is cyberstalking? Cyberstalking definition. The repeated use of electronic communications to harass or frighten someone. That is cyberstalking. And our audience does believe every word she's saying. So sad. It's like when I was watching people, somebody was replaying one of Kathy Monkman's videos, and they're like, see, she's so easy to be believed. And I'm like, stop. Now, maybe it's the Northeast in me that I don't believe anything anyone says until I research it and verify it. But why would you believe the nonsense that came out of her damn mouth? Like, I just don't even understand it. They really don't. They don't think rules apply to them. They think they effectuate justice, which I do not understand. What? She did it to Rochelle, too? She threatened Crime and Coffee that she would take her channel down in an email? Oh, man. She didn't send me one. I don't know why anyone would think Trump had a problem with gay people. I really don't know where they get there. I really think you should read like Forbes, Wall Street Journal. Like you should read multiple places before you make these decisions. I do. Well, Patty said nasty things too, calling fancy fiction a cunt. I'm not taking sides. I just would like them both to do their thing, which they both do well, and move on. Thank you, Sunshine. I will. But being called a cunt and a felon are two different things. But thank you, Sunshine. Oh, did she, YB? I have to go back and check. I feel bad for her. I like Rochelle. Yeah, she's not, Debbie. I don't know what time this was done, but that is a fact. Why? Dude, how much is like, let me see. How much? She was offended because I pull stuff up on the fly. Like, why would you be offended? Like, stop watching me. Okay. The YouTuber user base has grown with a notable jump from 1.5 billion users in 2016, which was when Erin said she got started on Dan Raquel, and 2.53 billion in 2025. There are going to be a ton of people. See, I love competition. Not everyone loves competition. I love it. Love it. I love it. I don't understand. It's all about shame. That's the thing. I don't get shame. That's another thing. It's not the thing because I've already said the thing before. I don't have shame for who I am. I really don't. My parents know everything I've done, and they died loving me. What more can you ask for? And I don't blame my shit on a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Just Me Joe. How are you? DARVO Greta username. Don't think I understand. I loved fancy fiction. I really did. You can go back. I've never taken a video down or edited it. You can go back. I really admired her. I thought she was very talented with her collages. And I mean that sincerely. People were attracted to that collage. I watched her in the trial make a collage on Canva. I was like, huh, that's an interesting way to do it. Who knew? I had no idea. But that's what she did. And I was like, works for her. What do you care? Like, what? I don't care. Like, that's her shtick. Collages. What I care about is when she says a collage with people's children or their job or their career or where they live in an email with a threat. That's the problem. For those interested, I am getting off of here in a minute. My father's alibi, because she will be on at 9 o'clock. And she's covered some amazing research conducted by Jibs for Jabs, Jibs and Jabs, not Jibs for Jabs, Jibs and Jabs on Daniel Rashbaum, which just iterates what I turned him in for. Gladys always takes one for the team. What a gal. Rosemary too. I'm not one for the defendant. I don't know if you know that. I'm anti-defendant in most cases. It's just like when you step in it with Wendy Adelson. Don't step in. Don't follow her. Don't imply that you're following her. Because unless you want to be a witness for the defense, you might want to leave her the hell alone. Let them do their job. I can't believe it. Good. Please watch My Father's Alibi. I love her. I mean, she's the thing about Allison. She's human. I know she's not pure. I know she's not. But she comes at it from such a pure side. It's my heart bleeds for her. Unless you are going to name the attorneys, it's meaningless, Fancy. I don't care. I've met with 3 attorneys recently. Trust. Oh, yeah, I have to. You know what's amazing though? Grok. I had to use Grok for my project for school. It's top freaking notch. You're a relocation expert. I think I declared, if you watched it, I don't know what time it was, about everything that I do to be productive and to help my community. But thank you, Lindsay. I really do. I spend a lot of time helping my community. See, this is what pisses me off. This isn't drama, sunshine. This is our lives. If someone's going to call me a felon or someone's going to threaten someone's job, that's not drama. That's real. This isn't made up. Sorry, Pokemon. There's 4 million YouTube podcasts out there. See what I'm saying? I did grow up. You don't have to be here. You're welcome to stay, but you can be polite. While there are 250 people here, would you be willing to mention Gray's new video on my mom's case? I'm on YouTube to shine a light on it. Well, now there's 338, and I absolutely will. So let me go find it. Oh, wait, you emailed it to me. Hold on. There it goes. Allison, you're probably gone, but I'll show it tomorrow. How about there are Tren de Guaragua Venezuelan gang members in Tallahassee and Cobb. One was arrested in Tallahassee last week, and the other was arrested in Georgia on March 22nd. How about that? How about there were 12 that were arrested, which is another reason I was getting hate mail, because I posted about the Venezuelans being arrested, and I was called racist, dehumanizing, blah, blah, blah. It goes on from there. Guess what? We didn't know it at the time, but all 12 of them were arrested for a reason. Welcome to Tallahassee. It's not all sunshine and pies here. Hi, Mia. Hi, Michelle. Sorry I missed you earlier. Here's where it gets a little... I'm a true New Yorker, born and raised, and I'm correct. Thank you, Judy. I do research before I talk. Thank you. Hi, Dana RT. Hope you're doing good. The attorneys are probably behind me. I bet those attorneys don't give a shit. No offense to the attorneys or not to the attorneys. My guess is they do not care. They do not care. And the show, Anxiety Recovery Series, is mocking. It's a mocking thing, Pokemon. It's mocking. Although I love your nomenclature here. It's a mocking name. It's not real. Because I'm not a therapist. Let me post my banner here. So you know. I wonder the same thing. Oh, bless your heart, Chemo. I appreciate that very much. Because you're still here. I like it. Saying a prayer really does help. I think it does. Missy Ann says, posting about Dan's case to bring attention before arrests were made does help. I do believe it helps because it's awareness and it's pressure on law enforcement. Do you think if we still had Willie Meggs here, he was our last state attorney before Jack Campbell, all the talk in the world by me or Fancy or ML or Jay Bronius or any of the other people would make one shit birth the difference? No, it doesn't. Willie Meggs was about Willie Meggs and about Willie Meggs' friends. That's who Willie Meggs was about. He wasn't going to prosecute. He didn't prosecute, except what he wanted to prosecute. And that was not with Dan Markel. That was life in Tallahassee. At least Jack tries. You took your daughter to a YouTube convention in Anaheim. That's why I didn't go to that crime con. Yep. Max says, let me get this straight. 5-car, Yank, Pokemon, Sunshine, whoever else. I don't even know. Come here on air saying crap, but people that ask legit things on Fancy channel get banned. Yes. It's true. That's how I feel, Michelle. Thank you very much. She doesn't, don't agree with all the deletes on new folks, of those who comment, because how else do they know? I mean, if they're here, I'm going to talk. And how else? Like, I'm not saying I have amazing gift of persuasion, but it might help. You want all the juice. I don't understand what that means. I can smell crazy a mile away. Well, hopefully one day you won't be called a felon or helping a murderer. Or as KCL said, I'm the town rapist. You think I'm not going to defend myself? I don't care if I have 3 people here. I'm going to talk to myself. Thank you, Kimber. Appreciate you. I appreciate all the mods, especially tonight, right? That's a thing. Thank you, Anne-Marie. She says, I'm sorry about that. I get why you're doing it. Just stay you and charge on. Well, Pokemon says he was attacked for a message that was not inappropriate. In your opinion, it wasn't inappropriate. Simply an opinion. My husband and I get in those arguments all the time. Patty, I just asked you a simple question. Chris, you asked me why we have black holes in the universe. That is not a simple question. By the mere fact saying why do we have black holes in the universe proves that's not a simple question, because it's not a simple answer. Yes or no questions. If it is said, Patty, this is a real conversation, by the way. If he said, Patty, do we have black holes in the universe? I would say yes. That is a simple question. You know, Pokemon, you know, when you go at the mods, see, that's the difference. You can come at me. I have said it before. But you go at the mods or you go at people in the chat, and I am not tolerating it. You're welcome here, but don't be rude. I mean it. That's disgusting to me. Thank you, Brady, for saying it out loud. She says, forget Wendy is the legal guardian and parents of Ben and Lincoln Markel. Leave those children alone. They have so much trauma in their life. They don't need that. I know. I can't believe you would. I cannot. Someone else's children. And you're friends with Kathleen Monkman, who said I spoke about her stepdaughter and showed pictures of her, which again, I do not take photos. I do not show photos of other people's children. And I didn't of her stepchild. What I did say is if I were that child's natural mother, she wouldn't have contact with her. That I have said. But I haven't shown the child ever. You couldn't point out a video that I did that, because there isn't one. I'm not speaking to the drama. I just wanted to point out that creating public interest is a factor many DAs consider when speaking decisions. That is true. Social awareness is a big thing. I look 10 years younger. Thank you, John. Thank you. You followed Photish Duelist down the pasta aisle in Simsbury Stop and Shop. He had his ankle monitor on. You had to buy pasta you didn't need. Good for you, Jebby. Well, then he blew himself up, right? Is that what he did? No, that was the guy whose ex-wife is in a cave in Utah. Sorry, wrong person. Patty, you're delightful. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. That is logical to me. She is cyber stalking to me. She's going to the like I have a social media trail. She does not. She has some social media trail, but very little. Very little. And what she does have, she blocks, which may be smart, maybe not smart. Thank you, Canadian Ambition. Welcome to our little show. I appreciate you. I feel so much better. Like I can breathe. You know, when you're laying down at night and you have that fat neck and you're like, that was me. That was me. So bad. The snoring was so bad. The whole thing was bad. Hi, fuck around and find out justice for Dan Markel. You're eating a keto cake with low-fat yogurt. Good for you. I bet that's delicious. You like the painting in the background. You should have heard it. What was it, yesterday when we were talking about that background? Nope. Allison, my father's alibi, who's on right now. So I'm going to go off only because she's coming on. I don't like to do that. Thank you, my dog named Bo. Some people say I'm boring. Right in this chat. Some people say it's drama to show my fat self. I don't care. I appreciate the feedback, but I'm still going to do it. I think it's important. I think it's important that people share who they really are. I'm so sorry, Sandy, about your dog. Ralphie, what a great name. I'm very sorry. I'm so sorry, Michelle. I shouldn't have clicked on that. Your friend calls you Magoo because you're a bad driver? Well, join our group. Jebby, you were 32 when you had breast cancer. Bless your heart. You know, a girl, one of the first people I ever hired as a realtor. She had cervical cancer. I didn't even know that. She said it was 2018. She said it was barely a stage 1. And in January, she passed out in her bathroom. She was smart enough to go to the ER. The ER figured out she had something that needed to be checked. And she has, I think it's a 5-centimeter tumor on her lung. And she just shaved her head yesterday. Now that is real. That's real. That's not YouTube or drama, or that is a girl with 4 children who's younger than me, who now is stage 4 cervical cancer that has metastasized up through her body. So it's hard to watch, man. Someone said I'm mean. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You literally brought my ex-husband into the conversation, Rebecca. She brought my ex-husband into it. Are you kidding me? This is that DARVO. Oh my God, that's what this is. DARVO. DARVO. I watered my plants today and vacuumed. Good for you, Just Me Joe. It's Sunday. Sucks to be called out for not being fat from people who are. Look at this. I don't know if I'm accurate or not. I've always been and don't appreciate being called names. It's unnecessary. Huh? I don't think I understand, but I appreciate your response. So when Fancy went live, our numbers went down, and when her live ended, our numbers went up. Thank you, YB. Thank you, Kimber. Appreciate you. Yeah, I have Easter eggs. I got a ton. Thank God for Dollar Tree. I went to Sam's to get my massive candy bags. Right? I'm efficient with my time. I could smell crazy a mile away. I am efficient with my time. Hi there, Lisa Mona. Tootsie. Great movie, by the way. Thank you, Margaret. She says she loves my face. It's your birthday today, the 2? You're a senior citizen. What does that mean? Like what age? You don't have to tell me. But my guess is you get discounts. Nice, Jebby. I love the black jelly beans. I'm not using jelly beans. My nails look great. Thank you. I'm an hour behind. Oh, well, thank you, Anne-Marie. I do a lot for the community before people like trash me, you know. It's who I am. I love it. Happy Sunday, chat. What have I missed? Sorry, Melissa. Oh, Michelle gave her a happy birthday cake and hearts. When are you doing the adult egg hunt? That sounds like funny. She'd fly. Thank you, my dog, Bo. Thank you, Kimber. You're very kind. You don't need to leave. I always like posting here. I like Patty's fierceness and the other posters if I need to leave. You don't have to leave. But thank you, 5 car. 65 is a milestone. Apparently you don't get Social Security till you're 67 and a half now. There is no better job in the world than being a grandparent. I know, I had no idea. Thank you, Denise. I do believe I'm favored and highly blessed. Doesn't make me better than anyone else. Just the opposite. Just makes me believe I'm blessed. What's in the painting? Oh, it's not really that pretty. It's kids playing. I did say that the other day, Denise. She says, I rebuke you. Because someone said that they were meditating on my harm. They wanted me to feel harm. So I immediately said, I rebuke you. That's my response. Like, who says that? It is a tiger swing. True. Like, why would I want to sue? Does anyone ask the second question when Fancy's talking? Does anyone? They're probably not allowed. But does anyone ask this? Why would you sue? Why would Patty want to sue you? Why? I love my grandchildren, but I love my children more. I raise my children, not my grandchildren, so I feel close to them. I too laugh at my grandkids. I'm not think about that. No, I love my kids. Rosemary says, I'm glad you're standing up to her because she doesn't like it. She says she's not going to talk about it anymore and she can't stop talking about it. I'm not just standing up for myself. I'm standing up for people who, because of their careers, because of social media, because of whatever, they can't do it. So people may not appreciate me for it, or they may not agree with me. It doesn't change it. Does that make sense? I don't know what this means. I'm sorry. MFA deserves the same grace and love we extend to the Markells. I don't know what MFA means. If true, Ruth didn't like PP filing a bar complaint. I heard that, but I heard that I was wrong. That what I heard the first time was incorrect. I would disagree with her position, but I have great respect for feelings. I do for MFA. I don't know who MFA is. I'm very sorry. It's not a pornographic painting. Hi, Michael. How are you? Oh, creative. You better go make him some fried bologna. DARVO explained so much. I had no idea what it was. Now I'm going to go home and analyze everything my husband says to me. Just kidding. What? Fancy said she could sue Allison for spreading Crime and Coffee Crew video, accusing Fancy of sending an email telling Rochelle she'd get YouTube shut down her channel. That's not true. I mean, just because you say something doesn't make it true. Scrapple. That I am not a fan of. So if you don't know Scrapple, look it up. It's quite disgusting, but people love it, and they put syrup on it. Thank you, She-Fly. Please hit like and subscribe if you're going to be here, even if you're, what did my friend Lori say? Even if they're hate watching me. We can only get, that's true. Seems like jail nurses can only give Tylenol. Was it frustrating being a nurse? No. It took a while to understand the culture of working in a jail, but no, it didn't frustrate me. It was really my favorite job as a nurse. They were nice to me. The staff was nice. The jailees is what they used to call, I think they call them inmates now, were nice. You know why? Because we provided medication. They were very nice and respectful. Fancy could post about the Markel case and leave it, but you can't. What is there to say? There's nothing to say about the Markel case. Now, someone mentioned, but I have to go back through it. I haven't found anything, that Harvey was likely in Tallahassee, that he didn't drive up with Donna, that Donna was the one where that's where the infotainment system comes in, right? Stop. What kind of car did Donna and Harvey have? Was it a Mercedes? Does anyone know the year? Murder's not in here. Does anyone know the year of that car? Because if so, there would have been an infotainment system likely, even in 14 maybe, I'm not quite sure, that would have known whether there was a person sitting in the passenger seat or not of that car driving to Tallahassee after leaving Charlie Adelson's house and with $300,000 of wet money. I just thought of that. I don't believe in karma. No, I don't. But if karma, I mean, if it is, my hair looks fabulous, so I'm good with it. Hey, Murder, how are you? Fancy Fiction accused Allison of spreading a video that Fancy Fiction has falsely put out, naming Deb H. I don't know what that means. Where is Fancy Fiction responsibility in putting out correct information that she accuses? See, that's the thing. She shouldn't have any. She can't show a screenshot. She can't show a video. Neither can Kathleen Monkman. She can't show a video of me showing a picture of her stepdaughter. She just says it. She can't. For Allison in her pursuit of justice, please pray for her. That girl is working tirelessly to get justice for her mother. She is on every channel that will have her on multiple times. It's amazing what she's doing. I love you, Blang. Oh, crikey, murder. Did you see the guy, Sweet Justice, that was going to puke on the Tesla? He said, did you see the fat guy that was rubbing his actual a-hole several times with his hand in his pants, wipes it on the Tesla as the car is filming him? There was one, it was funny. I don't know if I can find it. But the guy was going to puke, but he ended up puking on himself. I thought it was funny. Oh, here it is. I only find a screenshot. I'm not trying to. Oh, this guy just appears to be what? Puke on it. I'll have to look for it and share it with you. Anyway, the guy decides like he's going to make himself throw up and he goes to projectile vomit. I don't know what he did to do that. And he puked all over himself. Thank you, Forensic. My hair did look, I washed it today, so it's a little fluffy. Thank you. Thank you, Lady Lex. Poshmark. I will never speak to Fancy Fiction. I will never speak to her again. I had nothing to say to her. What? She said, see, that's a person you should pray for. And I mean this sincerely. If the Dan Markel case is your life, you should pray for her because that is sad. Will I do a show about the hearing tomorrow? I will be at the hearing on Tuesday, so I will do a show about the hearing Tuesday. My dad loved peanut butter and bologna. Loved it. Never with mayo, though. My husband made the best bologna sandwiches after a night on the town. Oh, bless your heart. That's a great story. I can't even say that. It's funny. Now you want a fried bologna sandwich. Now that is influence. You haven't had a fried bologna sandwich in a hot minute. Well, ours was just Oscar Mayer because they don't have like Kunzler's here. Like they don't have the good stuff. Oh my God, what is wrong with you? Bologna with peanut butter rolled up in a toothpick to make it fancy. I did. I look like an Amazonian transvestite. I gotta find that photo. You want to be 175 pounds? I was 100%. You lot just made you hungry over the Oscar Mayer bologna. Dude, that's my bologna and mustard though. I don't put anything else on it. You want nails like mine? Well, you two can buy them. Actually, these are my nails with acrylic over it. I don't have any tips now. You're 135 and like to be 125. Has anyone followed Tim Jansen's wife, Decoration Instagram? She is very good. She's a very, very, very good businesswoman, period. But you vote for Republicans no matter how you label yourself. No, I don't. Nice try. I voted for non-Republicans before. I have no choice. I live in a liberal town. See, you don't know everything, Robin Hood. Not true. Tallahassee, we don't have Republicans running for anything. And if they do, they're squashed in no time because it's 2-1. So I vote for liberals here all the time. That Facebook site is awesome for community. Too bad that people, I mean, they do. But I spent about 3 days with the admin and we culled probably 800 people out of that group. And that was the best part, was we just got rid of everyone who would go in and they were really just trolling. And we just scoured certain words, keywords, and eliminated them. Chemo is one of fancy, could be fancy herself. If Chemo left now, that could be fancy. Who knows? Patty, it doesn't matter your size. Oh, thank you, Donna D. Complimented my size. Flutie was very cute in Tallahassee this year. My fiance was crazy for him in a nice way. Wasn't he cute? He was just so sweet. What's great about Patty is we all feel we know her. Compliment beyond the stars. Thank you so much. I don't know why anybody keeps deleting the videos. I don't. I mean, people do it and they'll put it behind a paywall, like members only kind of thing. Really? How does that help justice for Dan? Right? If the whole thing is justice for Dan, why does taking a video that you've created and putting it behind a paywall, how does that help justice for Dan? I literally just thought of that. You want to hug Scott? I don't even hug Scott. See, I don't understand the whole editing of the videos. What is wrong with people? If you say it, own it. There's a t-shirt. It just doesn't make any sense. But I didn't even realize I was saying anything important until that minute. If you are making a video and you hide it behind a paywall so only paid people can see it, how is that justice for blankety blank? Peaceful protesting does not include violence or property damage. We don't. And I'm going to watch that trial, the Karen Reed trial, with an absolute open mind. Because I don't know everything. But texting me late at night and telling me I'm shit because of it isn't really the way to go. Doesn't help me. Thank you, Michelle. How sweet are you? She watches 93.3. Scott always looks fabulous. Does he not? Does he sweat? I don't think Scott sweats. Hi, Wild Wild West. Scott is adorable. Thank you. Hi, JJ Dawn. Scott tries hard not to smile. I've watched their radio show a bunch of times. He's so calm and reserved. Your soulmate passed during COVID. I'm so sorry. I didn't get to see him. I was in Florida and he was in New York City. And it was sudden. He was young. Haven't been able to date since. I'm so, so sorry. I mean, mine was my mother. She was in her 80s. It's not the same thing, but I'm so, so sorry. Jebby, thank you so much. It's the truth. Something happens at 50. As long as you're not living in California or New York City. I don't think it's the same as the rest of the world. Just because you have money doesn't mean you spend it on clothes. Your nephew was told he was wearing the wrong shoes. What? Size 4 is considered big. I say go have a hoagie. Sebastian got national coverage that time because this college boy that fell into the river. He was told he wore workman's shoes and he was a lawyer. Patty, you are involved. You have radio, YouTube, the companies, plus going to school and being a mother and wife. Yeah, so when someone says to me, go do something productive, I'm like, you have no idea. You may not want to match my day, but you couldn't match my day. When I find clothes, I like buy 3 or 4. Thank you. Everyone who knows me, I like to wear the same. I don't wear the same clothes all the time because I do get bored. But I do buy, like when I bought this Ralph Lauren top, it's a V-neck because I like a V-neck and it's hard to find a V-neck with a 3/4 sleeve. I bought 3. Scott buys, what did he say? He buys 3, I buy 4. Like he'll buy 3 of something. Why would you buy an odd number? Here in Holland, everyone is super healthy, beautiful, and thin and streamlined, but they don't look down on others. Oh, that's good. But they probably eat better food than we eat here. Thrift store for life. I know, I love a charity shop too. Charlie Adelson looked down on people who were over 28. Remember that? You were been shopping thrift back when it was skanky to do. Well, they don't really have my size. I wear a 16 now, and they don't really carry it. You love his velvet blazer. You should have loved the inside. He didn't show it. There's another photo that we have where you see the inside lining of the jacket. It's pretty cool. Authenticity is why your channel has grown. Thank you. People connect with those who stand for what they believe, just admitting to your own faults while not trying to elevate themselves above others. Thank you. And I do not need a small, bald guy. I just don't. Just not attracted to the smaller men. She just posted about crime and coffee. Stop it. Lounge bar crime. I'll have to look at that. One of your best customers, I was painting her house when she went into labor. That's woo. Thank you. I do try to keep up the giggles. It's hard. No, it's not. I laugh at everything. Inappropriately. I try to edit myself. Not edit videos, but just like, Patty, stop it. I know you did. Rebecca got banned from Reddit Tallahassee. Banned. She was super relaxed about it all, so I just called the man of the house on the phone, and he kept asking me how the painting was going. That's funny. This is a wonderful space. Thank you, JJ. We all cannot wait, dear. We all cannot wait till Wendy is arrested. We need to have a happy hour. That would be fun. We could do that. It's funny how close you get to people in real estate, building trades, people moving homes are in a very vulnerable state. And we stay such good friends with our clients. My Google reviews that are negative are not from my clients. They're from strangers who don't like living Tallahassee. We posted a photo of people protesting. Now, they were all white. They were protesting the 12 people being arrested that were going to be sent back to Venezuela or somewhere. They were white. My issue with that is I don't have one. Their issue with me is they told me I was racist. Not because I posted the photo, because I didn't take the photo. Because I approved the photo. So by approving the photo, it was my friend who took the photo. He's a black guy. And why wouldn't I approve it? It's a photo of people protesting. It was on the news. Why is it a big deal if Living Tallahassee approves it? They're like, you're racist. What are you talking about? You're illiterate. It's like, makes no sense. You have problems explaining what I follow on YouTube to your fiance? No. It's hard. It's so hard. Hi, LJ. Thank you for watching and listening. Anna Kendrick, thank you. God, I'm behind. I don't know why anyone would be butthurt. I didn't turn them into the Florida bar. You blocked 5 car. Thanks, Paige. Dan Rashbaum is unethical in your opinion, and he's lazy. He didn't even get Charlie's defense story enough to have an answer for why the Latin kings Didn't he ever mention the remaining 190? Fair play, M. Christine. That's a great response. It's Rochelle's birthday today. Happy birthday, Rochelle. I'd sing, but I don't want to pay the copyright. I can't imagine actually writing a threatening email to someone. I didn't even do that when I was getting a divorce. You think Wendy's going to be a headache for Georgia and Sarah and the judge? She's going to be a headache for those jailers. Hi, tennis girls. I do. I love competition so much. I gamify everything I do. I gamify everything. 7,000 in a short time on True Lifestyle is good for her. I was kind of fancy, even though she was mean. Like, ugh, whatever. Okay, sunshine, I understand. Thank you, sunshine. I appreciate it very much. Competition is good for the soul. Ah, thank you, Murder. You have a lot of stars. Look at Roberta Glass, True Crime Report. She was on freaking Court TV with Julie Grant. There are so many podcasts out there about the Markel case. Some are better than others, and it comes down to personal taste. And Murder's probably with Allison. But literally, does anyone know what kind of car that Harvey and Donna drove? Because I want to know if it has an infotainment system in it. Yeah, Happy Birthday song does have a copyright. I just can't sing it. Debbie says, yes, and there's some hotel charges in better hotels near Wendy. They were in some report a long time ago. I'm going to look for it. Your husband is always like, what the hell are you listening to? I got to speak to Bling's husband. He's very, very sweet. Don't get sued, Rebecca. Stepdad is suing people for saying he's involved in Sebastian's disappearance. You live on a barrier island. Nice for you, Debbie. Thanks, Hummingbird. Thank you, Mia. You're welcome. You live in Florida, but not close. Oh, that's what you're in Indian Hem. They actually had a description of her van. I know she had a van, Wendy, but what was Donna driving? Does anyone know? I don't know why I never thought of this. Because we were always like, why? How did they know Wendy was at the restaurant at the Mosaic? And you're like, a cop may have followed her. The simplest answer is usually the right answer. I don't know that it's the right answer, but it's a great answer. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Appreciate you. No, it has. Oh, I don't know where I'm going to find it. My husband's going to kill me. Let me see if I can find it. It was a long time ago that photo was taken. It's probably on my Dropbox. I'll have to look, but no, it's not a it's not, it has a design on it. It has a print. If she had a Mercedes, it was an infotainment center. Why would the cop follow her? Because they knew it was the wife. The police officer that saw her van on Trescott, they were told to look out for that van. And they did. Charlie said, talk Dad into buying. Let me see if chat knows. If chat doesn't know, Grok might know, because Grok is like, that's a great question. Chat doesn't know, but Grok might know. Let me copy and paste this. Had to be a Mercedes, but it says the type of car Harvey drove during the period is undisclosed. We'll have to look on it. Can't remember if they gave that info. I'm going to have to go back and look. I'll have to do a word search. Wendy went to the liquor store. She was driving a van and somewhere to get super glue before the restaurant. I don't recall her borrowing it. I recall the Lexus. It has to be a Mercedes. Your last Mercedes was a 2013. It has to be a Mercedes. I have to look. Wondering how they found her so fast. I did too, but they could have pinged her phone. Or maybe, I don't think so. They probably knew because they followed her. I never even thought about that. Has to be a Mercedes, as you remember Donna having missing hubcaps. Interesting. You heard it through her phone. I'm just looking. I'll have to go through the phone calls and see. I just thought it was a Mercedes. I was married to a cop, and they put out a message to all cars to be on the lookout for her van. They can pull up the license plate easily. Maybe a police car spotted it and called it in. Florida has license plate readers everywhere. Isn't that fun? And I don't have a speeding ticket. How would I know? Do they have a, yeah, they have a DMV, but you have to pay. If you know someone's tag, you can get the information for $25 or something like that. Remember, she made a K turn. She's like, okay, so if you guys recall, I went down Trescott and I walked around the house, on the sidewalk. That road is not, let me see if I can pull up a map. Trescott. That road is very narrow. I'm trying to see if there's a car in one of these street views. So long. Okay, right here is in front of the house. This is in front of the house. Look how narrow that is. That's it. That's 2116. But look how narrow this is. So you pull up here. She pulled up right the phone pole. That's a pole right there. And then there's a phone pole further down. Let's pretend they went further. Oh, here it is. This is the phone pole. So this is the phone pole that they marked caution tape. So she only made it where this straightaway is. And there's a hump here. This is a high hump. This isn't a low hump. It's a high hump. It's very wide this way. See, it says speed hump. This is the pole that they put the caution tape on this direction. So she comes down here and stops. You have look how narrow this is. You have no choice but to make a 3-point turn. Can't just turn around. Then she went up here. It's not far. Around this bend a bit is Klein. And that's how she left. She took this right and went up and then went out. So that's what she said. She made the K turn. Right around here. So she would have come up. It's straight. You can see. She would have come around that curve, come up to this pole, and saw the caution tape and had to turn around. So it's not like there was a curve here and she didn't know what she was seeing. She saw it. She didn't have a choice. She had to keep going because at that day was such a big day in this town. She knew it. There was probably a line of traffic she got caught behind. When Garcia was arrested in 2016, he was driving the vehicle that Katie got from Harvey. Yeah. No one in the history of Earth ever made a Kate. No. I've always believed this is what Charlie told her at the dinner when she threw up. Not only did the cops see you there, but they followed you. And I always thought, it's good. What did I think now? See, I still kind of think that it was Wendy walking the dogs and the kids that day on Truscott. And I wonder if that's what he told her. It was huge news here. But Charlie didn't know Wendy did that. It had to be something that involved her. Why? I had never even thought of it until someone wrote it here. A detective followed her from the crime scene. Right here. It's right here. So this is a straightaway. Very narrow road. Sidewalks. Let's see. Hold on. Were the sidewalks there? Yeah, this is 15. June 15. This is March 13. This is when they lived there. This is the house when they lived in it. Think about it. He's laying there shot and the ex shows up. That's crazy. I usually pull into a driveway to make a turn, but I bet there was so much traffic that day because what I was told by other real estate agents, let me see if I get to it. There was, where was the Jason Nauman office? I think it was right there. Let me see. Where was it? Jason Nauman's office. Oh, where was it? So anyway, a realtor I know. God, I can't remember. That was always the Goodwill. It was right around here. Maybe it was on Benton. Anyway, it was right around here. And she said that up through to Thomasville Road, everything was blocked off. So this was it in September. So this was, just a couple weeks after. Here's the Centennial Bank. Anyway, there was a real estate brokerage office right around here before they moved to Centerville Road. And it was all blocked off, she said. I think she freaked out when she saw the police car, said, "I'll be the judge." Had police officers sitting inside. Maybe she noticed he saw her. She freaked out and turned around as quickly as possible. Hi, Kathy. Charlie's very mad at his sister, and I cannot imagine what he's going to do. But see how tight it is through here. It's woodsy and very tight. This is different now. So she left. She went to this. She had to make a left here. There's the liquor store. Was Nauman next to that? They may have been. And then she went up here to Mosaic. Thank you, forensics. But she said everything was blocked off around here. So it's hard to get in and out. That's the administrative courthouse is right there. The ABC. She parked in here and then went up about her business to have lunch. Don't make your own banners. That's funny. I hope Charlie turns on her. I really do. There's justice for Dan if he does that. That'd be fabulous. So she just went up Thomasville Road, had a lunch with her friends. And with friends like that, who needs enemies? It's all blocked off. Well, I'm going to go, even though I said I was going to go and I didn't go. In your opinion, she was there because Charlie's first hitman ripped them off? Wish her friends would testify. I don't think they're going to have a choice. They're going to have to testify eventually. That's why they're bringing Silberman in. Silberman's on the list. How can you even think about eating? You know. And that's the yoga place down there. I mean, that's where they met, which was right around the corner from Dan's at Benton. She had a whole delicious lunch. Ooh, good question. Because their first attempt failed. Could have been 3 trips. That's what they believe. Her interview at Leon County Sheriff's Office should be shown to investigators forever about what fake looks like. You know what I mean? It was like, if you're ever concerned that the person before you is fake, watch this. So fake. Real tears. Your sorority sister was killed at that yoga place. Oh, you think she's saying that it was here that she turned around? Yeah, but she mentioned Centerville Road in Trescott. That's where she screws up. Because this area is just Benton and Trescott right here. It's a mile away. This road from their house on Trescott to the intersection. I'm making myself sick. From 2116 to Centerville Road right here is a mile. Can't see a mile around. And look, this is curve. There's a bridge here. You see the bridge on this like creek area. Curve. She didn't see shit. Even if 5 cars, it was a mile. Yeah, it's a mile so exactly 1 mile from this house to here. So even if it's less than, a tenth less, it's still, you can't visually see Trescott and the police officers from here to here. It wasn't here. And now at first she said she didn't even turn on Trescott. Like, people aren't going to believe it. She's so stupid. Liars never remember their lies. Anyone see the dress in the middle of Benton Hill? I don't know what you mean. Wendy alternated from being on the street and not being able to turn on the street. She is one who won't get on the stand to defend herself. She'd be foolish. She cannot get on the stand. Go back and show the map and stare at it like look for faces in the map. This one has a woman's dress. Here? The map of the streets with all the roads. I'm missing it. I'm sorry. I have no idea what you're talking about. Zoom out. I'm waiting. See it right in the middle. In the middle of Benton Hills? The road looks like a dress. Oh. Below, look for the dress and legs. Below the words Benton Hill. All right, I'm going to turn away and look. The road. Oh, I see it. Right here. Right here. I see it. This? Here. I had to turn away and look back. Sorry. Now I see it. It's like, here's her hips. I see it. So funny. I had to look away. Does it let you mark it? No. Let's see if it's. There she is, right there. That's funny. Maybe that's why our roads are so crap. That's the dress. That's funny. Like a dressmaker's mannequins. Lululemon is the right thing. It's funny. Thank you for pointing it out to me because I didn't see it, but I literally had to turn around and look back. So thank you all so much for joining me and listening. And I hope in the end that if whoever you're listening to or watching, that you ask more questions than if they make blanket statements about anybody. I mean, if we're watching true crime, ask more questions. Because not everything is what you see. Just isn't. Thanks so much. Have a great night. I have the best subscribers. Thank you, Kimber, for the super chat. I hope you guys have a great evening. I am going to go home. Thank you. Bye-bye.